tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello and welcome, Switched at Birth fans. Cry me a river. It is the Switched at Birth AfterBuzz After Show. We are discussing fog and storm and rain and crying and rivers here on AfterBuzz. We're so excited you're joining us. If you haven't already, go onto youtube.com/AfterBuzz and hit subscribe. Also, we're on iTunes and SoundCloud. Subscribe there as well. That'd be cool. I'm your host, Yael Tygiel. You can tweet at me during the show at Yael Tygiel. That's YaelTygiel. And I'm with the birthday girl herself.
Yeah!
Hannah Prichard. Yay!
Yay! And you all can tweet at me during the show at the Hotshot Dude.
Yeah, birthday girl.
Oh.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do some shout-outs now.
We have some shout-outs tonight, which I wrote on my hand.
Classy.
We'd like to give a shout-out to McLean, R17, Tennessee and Hale, and YOLO Life 10. And thanks for the birthday tweets, you guys, today. I really appreciate it. It really was exciting for me.
Yeah. All right, let's jump into the super dramatic I was shouting at my TV episode.
Well, the minute it started raining, I wanted to shout at my TV. Like that, I love a good thunderstorm, and I was like, is everybody just gonna fight during the thunderstorm? I like to romanticize a thunderstorm, and they ruined it for me.
Yeah, there was a moment that would have been like a perfect Notebook kiss, and it didn't happen.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I was like, let's find a way to turn this around. Turn it around right now. I step out into the rain if they're not gonna kiss. We could have just kept that fight inside.
Right. Agreed.
Made me so mad.
That's what you do in the rain, guys.
Exactly. That's what it's there for.
I don't think that's how the weather
it's not,
works.
but I mean,
Okay.
you know.
All right. So let's talk about Bennett. Okay. A lot of people are freaking out. I got a lot of questions about whether Bennett is going to stay together or not. And your thoughts?
I'm not freaking out. I'm trying to remain calm about it. Is really what's happening. I was even like giving myself pep talks about it on the way here, like how to handle the conversation, because I'm trying to remain very calm about it. And I'm telling myself that they just need to do this because, you know, every show and their like main couple, you know, their end game couple,
right? They
have to make a give and take kind of situation with them, so you know fans don't get bored with the relationship, is what I am telling myself. That we just we're gonna take a step back, even though I don't like it.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, and I really do believe this, guys, that we need to stay calm because they are the end game couple. They are the Ross and Rachel. They are the Luke and Laura. Like it's happening. It will happen. That's where we will end up. We know it.
Yes.
They are the Kurt and Blaine. Like. Don't worry. Calm down. It's going to be okay.
Which anybody who watches Glee, the after show, you guys know how I feel about Kurt and Blaine, so that was funny to me that she just brought that up.
Whatever. They are the couple. They'll end up together. It'll be okay. It's just that you can't have Ross and Rachel if you don't break up. You need to take a break.
It's true.
We were on a break. For those who are too young to know, I'm making Friends references.
Yes, because everybody's binging because of the Netflix.
Yeah.
But it's fine, though.
I also just grew up on that and I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, this is aside from the point, but my roommate got me all Friends-themed birthday gifts.
Aww. Don't cry.
It's fine.
They'll be fine. It'll be okay. So, all right, here's my biggest issue with today's turmoil. So Bae wants to talk about what happened because she hasn't had a person that she can talk it through with because everyone else has jumped to conclusions and she hasn't been ready to. And Emmett is the one person that she needs to be able to talk it through with.
Exactly. It's the most important person for her to open up and feel that she's being understood about the situation. And it just bummed me out so much at first when he got home and she kept trying to talk about it and he was like, nope, don't need to talk about it. Nope, don't need to talk about it. I'm like, she's not like asking if you want to or not to talk about it. She's like telling you she wants to talk about it. She's asking you to listen. Yeah.
She needs to say these things. She needs to get it off her chest. And what really, the hardest part is that once he does hear it, he really was picking a fight, which I hate when people pick fights.
I know it. And bring up the past.
They're like looking for a way to pick up a fight.
Yeah.
They're like digging, and he was digging for a way to trap her and to blame her, because he needed to blame somebody, right? So Emmett needed to, either it was all Tank's fault or it was all Bay's fault. He's again like the lady from the Title IX lady.
Oh, yes.
Like, it's somebody's fault. Who is it?
He's already decided his opinion on the situation, regardless of what she says.
It's black or white. It doesn't matter what she says.
Either the worst happened or he's going to blame her for it. Which, it drove me so crazy because I love him so much.
We know.
And like, I understand that, you know, this is a new chapter in his life. He's moved to Los Angeles. He's like, you know, spreading his wings, if we may. And I get that, but he's kind of removing himself from his reality situation and relationships that he has back at home because of that, and like making excuses for when things are going wrong between them, when he just needs to like sit and listen and have a like conversation with everybody before he removes himself further.
I also feel like it's a very adult conversation they need to have. Something very, you know, traumatic happened and you need to be mature and discuss it. And I think he's not ready. He is supposed to be just out of high school, moving away for the first time, going to school. Like, he's not mature enough and ready to have this discussion.
Can't he just... This is a situation, though, where I'm like, suck it up, bro. Get it together. This is beyond you.
Yeah.
It just bums me out a lot. And there was, like, moments in the show when I think Catherine had said to him... sorry, that she was so happy that he came back because Bay really needed him. And the look on his face, I was like, oh, he's going to move back. You know?
I'm pretty sure I called it and had a prediction that he would move back because he doesn't want to deal with this alone or whatever. And that eventually, like, stuff would happen. But I do believe, and he even said he decided to withdraw. He was going to withdraw and whatever.
Right.
And, yeah.
Do you think he's going to stay now?
I think he's going to move back. I think they're in this fight, breakup, whatever you want to call it. Calm down, they'll get back together. Because I know the chat roll is like, no, they're not breaking up. But I think that they're going to take this time apart, even though he's going to move back. I think he will.
I hope that he will eventually, but I'm afraid that we actually won't see him that much for the next couple of episodes, is what I'm afraid of, because I feel like they may really milk this whole distance thing and them taking a break and spending time apart. And I feel like it may be something that happens to him out at school that will bring him back. And then after time has passed, they will have a conversation about everything in hindsight.
I feel like that I could see that, but narratively as a TV show, I think it makes the most sense for him to withdraw, come back, and then her time will be up and they can go for the next semester.
Well, I mean, I hope that you're right. I hope that you're correct, because my theory means that he would be gone for a little bit, and I would have some withdrawals.
I feel like she would then get to, if he leaves, she would then get to date other people, and none of them would work out because they're not her soulmate.
Oh, absolutely not.
Blah, blah. Okay. I'm sorry.
Well, it's absolutely true.
It's just so overdramatic. And I get that, like, I just don't want to, I'm not minimizing what she's going through, but, like, his reactions are very extreme.
Stress me out so much.
They're very stressful. They remind me of John a lot.
I could see that, but did you not love him in this episode?
I love him in every episode.
Like, the past couple episodes, he's been a good dad.
Yeah, he's been a great dad.
Like, it blows my mind. They have had the most beautiful father-daughter moments. Like, every scene that they have had together these past couple episodes, I've wanted to cry.
Oh, yeah. This episode where he tells her that you gotta tell him because he loves you.
Oh, stop. You're killing me right now. Don't talk about it. I'm already, I feel like I just got dumped. And
then when she thinks that she lost him, he's there to put his arm around her. I was so jealous.
Well, okay. Well, they were having a father-daughter moment, and you were thinking dirty thoughts.
Yep. That is correct. 100%. But then they go out into the rain, and he leaves.
God, it was so, like, when his back was turned to her.
Yes.
And, like, she was standing there just, like, looking at him. I was like, he's going to turn around. There's going to be that, like, tension between them. And all of a sudden, you know, he's just going to be like, I don't care anymore. And I thought it was going to be a Notebook moment. And it was just going to be, like, a real smack together.
It was definitely not going to be that.
No, it wasn't.
No.
I was wishful thinking. Okay.
I'll tell you this, though. He looks great in the rain.
Oh, my gosh. I thought the same thing. Like, before I could watch the episode, I saw a clip of it, like, when it was on that scene, and I was like, oh, my God. Oh my God, he's in the rain. They're in the rain. Oh my God. I was having all the fantasies.
What is it about the rain, guys? What is it about the rain?
I don't know, but I'm not mad about it.
All right. I want to talk about my other favorite relationship in this episode. Yeah, Grandma and Lucille.
Oh, loved it.
Oh my God.
Loved it so much.
Okay, so Grandma comes to town with her friend Lucille, who's from Texas. I'm sorry, Catherine was judging her based on her cowboy boots?
What was that?
Is that a thing? Maybe I don't understand.
I feel like I've seen Catherine wear cowboy boots in an episode before.
I just don't understand this whole... Is that a negative? Is that... How dare she wear cowboy boots?
Cowboy boots are expensive.
Yeah, I know.
Right? So I'm like, listen, let's give her some props if she's got a nice pair. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I feel like they're cheaper in Texas.
You think?
Because everybody wears them.
I feel like they'd have the best ones in Texas.
I want the fans to explain to us why it was a big deal that she was wearing cowboy boots, because we clearly aren't getting something.
No, I didn't get it.
Anybody in Kansas or Missouri, let us know why it's so crazy that this lady from Texas was wearing cowboy boots.
She was working it.
It's not like she rode in on a horse and had a hat. Like,
no, which I would have loved. I would have absolutely loved that.
Anyway, that just really threw me off, because she was like, she is wearing cowboy boots.
Well, then ask her to take them off.
Okay.
Make it a no-shoe household.
Whatever.
If you got an issue with her cowboy boots. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. All right.
They looked alike, though.
They did. They were so cute. So I had the thought right before John did that Lucille is not a friend, but is a friend.
The minute they walked through the door, I was like, oh, Grandma came to play.
So
real.
she came with her friend, Lucille. Yeah. I knew as soon as they were doing it, and as soon as John called it out, I was like, oh, it's probably going to be something else. And then I thought cancer. My instinct was, Grandma has cancer, and this is a nurse.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I was like, the minute they walked in, because I feel like that's become such a thing on so many shows right now. They've, like, made an effort, or for whatever reason, to like...
just bring in more gay characters?
Yes. So the minute that she walked through the door, I was like, oh.
Well, so I thought so, and then John called it out. Yeah, he and I were on the same page. He called it out, and then I was like, okay, so because he said it, it's not going to be that.
Oh, that's true. I can understand why.
So then I was like, okay, she has cancer, and this lady's a nurse.
Well, I mean, you kind of got a little bit of both.
I was similar, and then I was really bummed when she revealed the Alzheimer's. I was like, no, can't you be gay? What? I want Catherine's mom to be gay. Lucky for me, she is.
I was going to say,
yeah.
But she is. For a second, I thought that you meant that like she wasn't. I was like, wait, did I misinterpret this show? Because I'm pretty sure that she is.
No, she has Alzheimer's and she's gay. I love everything about it. We have comments from the chat room. Is it someone from Kansas or Missouri?
No, it's not about the boot thing.
Oh.
At least I don't think it's about the boot thing. Sheila said, AfterBuzzers, the writers who wrote that part, which I'm assuming is about the boots, was drunk. Don't worry about it. Smiley face.
You're my favorite.
Yeah, that was great. Who is that?
Sheila.
Thank you, Sheila.
That's amazing.
That's the greatest
Absolutely
response.
amazing.
They were drunk. I believe it. I totally believe that. Ooh, this will be funny. Cowboy boots.
Cowboy boots. Let's just throw it in there.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, Boo69Bs is like, you want her to be gay and not have Alzheimer's?
No,
Question mark?
I'm okay with both.
Okay.
She can have Alzheimer's.
Yael wants them to just load the issues on for Grandma. Grandma, just wear all the hats. Wear
Yeah.
all the hats this season.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna have cowboy boots, you need a hat to match. Okay. Well, so Grandma reveals that she has Alzheimer's, and then Catherine does a John thing and just blows up and blows it out of proportion. Hasn't like just this is the reaction I'm gonna have. I'm never gonna think it through. And John, of course, was himself and jumped in on that and was like, "You're moving in with us. You're not allowed to move to Paris. We're gonna get you the best help." Okay, overreactors.
Right when she said that they were going to move to Paris and do, like, start up a B&B, yeah, I was like, oh, do it, girl.
Yeah.
That sounds like life right there. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what I'm going to do when I'm, like, whatever, and maybe have Alzheimer's. I'll be like, I'm going to Paris. If I'm going to start forgetting things, I'm at least going to, like, wake up to a new beautiful country over here.
Right, wake up to a beautiful country where you don't speak the language.
Right? Well, if I'm, maybe I'll forget my words, so it'll be fine anyways, right?
Wait, for all you know, Scottsdale is a new magical world.
True statement.
Yeah, for all you know, you're from Paris.
That's absolutely true. And if that ever does become the case and I don't make it to Paris, everybody around me just lie to me and tell me that I'm in Paris.
Yeah. Also, I really hope we didn't offend anyone.
No, not at all.
No. Okay.
Hope not.
Yeah, we didn't mean any harm. I'm sorry. As I'm saying mean things, I'm like, I should apologize. Okay. So Grandma says that she's got her affairs in order, and Catherine, like, panics and freaks out. And I gotta tell you, I feel like if my parents were to come to me, and I'm much younger than Catherine, if you don't know, and my parents are much younger than her mom, I assume, I don't know. But if they were to come to me and be like, listen, here's the situation, we don't have long, we got our affairs in order, this is what we want to do with our time left, my reaction would be, thank you for getting your stuff in order. Because the worst thing you could do is know something's happening and just throw caution to the wind and be like, F it, I'm going to fly to Paris and do whatever, and not make sure everything's okay before I do that, before I lose my mind. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And then leave it for the rest of your family to, like, wonder what to do. You know?
Right.
Yeah. I absolutely agree.
I think it's the most responsible. And this episode was missing responsible adults. We had two. I'm going to go with three. Lucille, Grandma, and Bishop were the three most responsible adults in this episode.
And John, actually, aside from his little jump on Catherine bandwagon.
John was I'll give him a half. So 3.5 adults were responsible this episode. There were a ton of adults in this episode.
That there were. Mm-hmm. But, well, never mind. I forget what I was going to say. Skip, go to next.
What does the chat roll say?
Sheila has a question for you guys.
Uh-oh.
No. Also, just to give you guys a heads up, everybody loves you guys.
Yeah.
So they're like, you guys crack me up.
So
we
glad
love
we
you.
didn't offend anyone whose family members
everybody was
may
happy.
have Alzheimer's.
I mean,
I think we were giving them ideas.
Yeah. Sheila says, hey, AfterBuzzers, do you guys think that they are bringing in gay characters to draw more viewers and viewer ratings have risen? Your thoughts, experts?
Okay, here's what I want to say. So we've said it before that ABC Family as a network was geared towards tweens, 13-year-old girls, but with, like, Pretty Little Liars, for example, that's a great example. They drew in, like, 18, 19, 22, 27, 30-year-olds.
Yep.
And they were like, wait a second, all of these slightly older women are really attracted to our network and what we're doing. We're going to shift our focus older. So that explains stuff like the last 2 episodes of Switched at Birth that had a consent issue. And so I think the idea of bringing more gay characters is not necessarily that they're trying to attract viewers. It's that they are now able to.
Well, yeah, and especially with the past couple episodes, I mean, they got so much publicity for that, like, across all media boards. Like, friends and family members of mine who hadn't watched the show or who had never heard of it were all of a sudden like, oh my gosh, did you hear about this show that is talking about this controversial issue and all this kind of stuff and presenting it in a different light? Like, they've just really, I feel like the show itself has just stepped up its game in the past, like, couple seasons. Yeah.
So I don't think it's really about the drawing in people specifically to get higher ratings. I think it's definitely we have this opportunity. We can talk about controversial things. I mean, last season, was it last season or the season before, we had the entire episode in Sign. That was an amazing episode.
Yeah, that was really great.
And that has never been done before on TV.
They always kind of push the envelope and make people think.
Yeah.
I feel like on the show, which
and
is
that's why
awesome.
it's an amazing show.
Yeah, and I feel like especially with the whole gay issue, I don't feel like it's to bring viewers, but they have space for it on the show. You know what I mean? They haven't really, I mean, they've touched or had certain characters who have come out and stuff like that, but they haven't had, I feel like, any characters who have stuck around.
That's true. I mean, Natalie, but she's like in the background.
I know, and I loved her.
And somebody
still
had,
do.
Well, yeah, she's amazing. And somebody had tweeted that it was really great that they are exploring with Grandma someone who's coming out later in life.
Exactly, who's been married for years, which I love that. I really like that they're doing that.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, especially with all the like gay rights and everything in the past couple years. I'm like, that's awesome. The timing on that is beautiful to show somebody that late in their age and whether they have not already, but now having this belief or freedom that they can throw caution to the wind.
Yeah, and regardless of if she identifies as gay or not, we do have Lucille, her companion.
Who's awesome.
Who is kick-ass with her cowboy boots.
She's so awesome. From like the signing to the cooking to like the let's go to Paris. I'm like, well, you know what? If things don't work out for me when I'm 60, I hope I find a Lucille.
Yeah, I would love a Lucille. Although now I can't think of the name Lucille without thinking of Arrested Development, but whatever.
I don't watch it.
Oh, what's wrong with you? Okay. Anyway, that's Grandma and her companion.
Yes.
Romance.
And like as much as I want them to go to Paris, I like Lucille so much in their relationship and the way that they are that I'm like, I mean, they can move in.
I feel like I don't want them to move in, but I'd like them to be in the neighborhood the way like Renzo.
Oh yes.
Renzo like stops by and is sassy, right? I feel like Lucille is going to be the other sassy. We need our sassies.
I love Lucille.
Yeah. Okay, before we move on to the biggest story and the most anger-inducing moment of the night.
Aside from Bemet, whoa.
Yeah, aside from Bemet, there was some, I was shouting. Guys, thank you. If we haven't said it enough, thank you. I mean, Hannah's here on her birthday. Like that's how much we love you guys.
There's no place I would rather be.
Aw, that's so sweet.
It's true.
It's a lie. It's so sweet.
It's not a lie.
Okay.
Don't listen to her.
Thank you guys so much for listening, streaming, downloading, watching. I'm out of things. Thanks for doing all those things. We clearly love the show. We know that you love this show because you guys tweet the F out of it, and we love that. But I have a shout out from someone who went onto iTunes and gave us a review.
Nice.
That's right, guys. If you go onto iTunes, which is all we want you to do, really, go on iTunes, subscribe, rate, and review us. If you like us, which we're assuming you do, give us 5 stars. If you don't, you're mean. I mean, I'm sure you're nice, but whatever. If you don't like us, you can give us 4 stars, but you better leave a comment. If you don't like us, I want a comment being like, this is what I don't like. That's what I request.
Yeah.
Right?
Tell me how it is.
Yeah, because then we'll learn. Okay, so this is a review from Mini Ballerina, who says, switched at birth AfterBuzz review, 5 stars, yay!
Yay!
My all-time favorite show is Switched at Birth, and I absolutely love the after show. It is evident that both the hosts are invested into the show. Yeah. And analyze the small but important details portrayed in each storyline. Do we overanalyze? Maybe. What about the cowboy boots?
Listen, it's important too.
Yeah. Both these ladies make me laugh during each show, especially during Yael's obsession over D.W. Moffat. I love him too. He's so good looking. Hope to see more guest stars someday. Me too.
Me too.
And I can tell you guys, without a doubt, that we're actually working on it, that somebody very attractive. That's all I'm going to say. somebody incredibly attractive might be joining us.
I won't have words, is all I'm going to say. There will not be words that come out of my mouth.
Because it's going to be G.W. Moffat. Oh, no, I'm kidding. We're still working on that, too. I want to thank whoever tweeted at him that he should join us. I was dying. Okay. Let's talk about this cafe. Regina invested $50,000 into this cafe. I wanted to punch her in the face. I'm sorry to threaten to punch people that aren't Vemla. But...
who we now love so much.
Yeah. If you missed Rana Roy on our show, go back and watch it.
She's awesome.
So sweet.
Yeah.
And she also wants to punch Vimla. So, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, Regina invested $50,000. Girl, stop investing in other people's crap.
Right? Because has it worked out for her yet?
I mean, her investments recently, because of the money she got from the life insurance policy, were in the deaf program, which I get, and it makes sense, and it's wonderful.
Yes.
And I understand her putting some money into the cafe.
Which is true. I do appreciate that she's using that money to invest in other things rather than just, like, spending it everywhere and on a whim. But at the same time...
yeah.
Girl, that's these are like big chunks of money that she's investing in things. And, I mean, granted, we know how I love Mr. Bishop so much.
Who doesn't?
And, and so I totally support their relationship in the cafe and her putting money towards it. But there is, like, that small part of me that it's like, isn't it a little bit ironic that she's, like, putting that money from that life insurance policy into another man's company that she is having relationships with.
Right. Yes. I think she gets too...
But I dig it.
I think my issue, she gets too involved, and I mean that in every way of the word, with her job. So, like, K&D, she bought the company. And Wes, he and her weren't having a relationship. He was just her boss. But he did invite her to move to Hawaii with him.
Yes.
And this one, she's putting her money into it and is having a relationship with her partner.
Which I, feel bad for her in some degree because I feel like she keeps trying to find her thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But I said it, you know what I mean?
Whatever, go on.
Sorry, but...
I want to hear what you mean.
Sorry, but she also seems like one of those people who just constantly is changing what she's putting all of, what basket she's putting all of her eggs in.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I totally know exactly what you mean. She went from, okay, the chat room wants to know both our ages.
They think that you're 19.
That's so sweet.
Oh my
so
God. Thank you so much.
That's irrelevant. All right, where were we?
Sorry.
Way to distract us with flattery.
I was laughing so hard because it was awesome, and I had to say something. So I apologize.
We are flattered.
So flattered.
And we're going to leave it at that.
I'm still trying to decide my age, so once I decide, I'll let you guys know.
Okay. Regina is an idiot. Let's move on. Okay, so they're in the cafe, and then a storm comes, and we meet Bishop's kid, Will, who's adorable. Great.
He is so adorable, though.
Anyway.
Stop. What? He's so adorable.
Whatever, he's a kid. He is irrelevant to me.
No, nobody's got to talk to Yael yet about kids. But I love little nuggets. I love a little nugget on a show. That's so cute. He's so adorable.
Sure, I believe you.
High-fived or fist-bumped or whatever it was. I was
irrelevant.
Like, what a little cool dude.
Okay, so Nacho Libre shows up.
Nacho Libre. And I was like, where is Melina? Oh my gosh, it made me so mad.
Yeah.
When I can't wait to meet her and here, especially if Nacho Libre is like a thing for her.
That's her term. Okay, so Daphne is the stupidest person ever and decides, I'm going to tell him the whole situation. She couldn't have just been like, there's no warrant for you, you can get a job. Like, don't worry, I took care of it.
Right, and I do understand, though. I feel like she would have to explain that.
No.
You don't think?
No, he doesn't deserve an explanation.
True statement. I guess she could have wiggled out of it.
He could have looked into that.
Which is so true. I feel like, which I don't know how that all works, but I would imagine if you have a warrant out for your arrest, that they do notify you if that is over.
Possibly.
Wouldn't you think?
I
Or
don't
like
know.
that the situation or the case has been dropped?
I'm sure his public defender, because I'm assuming he doesn't have a lawyer, especially because he's like, blah, blah, you rich white people, blah, blah. Like, I assume
Right.
that he has a public defender who would have told him if he could find him,
True.
because he was sneaking in and out of town. That said, here's my biggest issue with the whole blackmail situation.
Okay.
I want to get into his plan and the flaws in it. Okay, so he blackmails them for $10,000, which is a lot. I was like, you are crazy if you think they're just going to hand you that cash right now.
Right?
Yeah. Where do they have this cash?
Who asks for that much? And everything about it just bothered me.
Okay.
I was like, okay, we can keep going.
So here's his plan. He's going to anonymously tell the police that Bay lied and that it was him and Daphne. That was his plan. All right, let's say he does that. Now the police know that Bay lied, which is perjury. Great. If this is taken to court, they have so many outs because they believed Bay, which means that it's possible that Bay actually did do it. They're from Mission Hills, which is this rich area. They can afford a good lawyer who would easily be able to get this case thrown out.
It's absolutely true. And not to mention, if he was doing all of this for his daughter and wanted it all to be dropped and got out of town because, his daughter
Right.
was being taken away from her, and then wanted the money because it was for his daughter, but then was willing to throw them back in, putting back up in a warrant for his arrest.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's keeping you from
Yeah.
your daughter.
You would end up back in jail.
Yes, I'm so confused as to how this was a brilliant plan for you to blackmail.
His plan was, you give me money or I turn myself in.
It didn't make sense to me.
You're not going to get $10,000 by turning yourself in.
No.
And then, so Daphne says to Regina, I can't believe we're being sucked into this mess all over again. And at that moment, I went, you can't believe it? It was you. You did this. You told him. You can't believe this?
It's absolutely true, and I'm so glad to hear you say this stuff right now and be so passionate about something against Daphne. Like, it makes, little butterflies are just, fluttering around in me right now. I'm
Okay,
so
but-
happy about this.
You can't believe this happened? You who did it
I know.
can't believe this.
I know it.
And then Regina stupidly, I'll deal with this. I'm going to pay him off. No! No! He's just going to ask for more money.
How is that logical for her? I'm like, what do you mean? Your daughter just just sold everybody out and told the truth, and now somebody's blackmailing you. A kid
But also,
is blackmailing you.
Also, you're not going to yell at her?
No.
No. Oh, you're right. This is crazy. I'll pay for it.
Instead, she puts her job and her relationship on the line and her dignity to walk in that. Oh, God. I was like, are you joking right now, Regina?
I was so mad.
I feel like we're
So
yelling right
mad.
now. I'm like, I feel like we're yelling.
I'm sorry,
yelling?
guys. I'm sorry. We apologize.
That was intense for us, and we just went off in our own little world about that just now, so
No, that was ridiculous.
Bringing it back.
Okay. All right. So, Regina asks Bishop for money, and he saves the day. And he says something really, really, I think, kind. He says, I don't need to know how you got into this mess. I just need to know what's going on now so I can help you.
Yes, I loved that.
That is a responsible adult.
Exactly, and it still showed how much he cared about her, that he didn't care about whatever had
Yeah.
happened, or if she had done something wrong, or if Daphne had done something wrong. He wasn't concerned about it. He just, right there and right now, where
Yeah.
was that money going towards, and did he have the power to fix it without?
Right.
I loved it.
So, he's so great. Oh, he's so great.
He's so attractive.
Also, he's so great. Anyway, so he comes out and scares the ish out of Nacho Libre. Scares him
I loved it.
with a tattoo. And I was like,
Dagger.
gang. That's a gang tattoo. I don't know if it's really a gang. I don't think it is. But it's a gang tattoo.
It made me immediately want to go back, though, and watch the reveal of his tattoos and be like, was that there? Was that there? Did I see that dagger before? Was that there?
Probably.
I have no idea, but now I'm going to go back and I'm going to watch it. And I'm going to find out.
You just want to explore his tattoos.
Maybe. Stop!
Feel free to inspect him whenever you want. Let me know what you find. And then Will, at the end when he returns, Will is the child, he's like, Dad, I like it here. I don't want to move again. I don't want to leave this time. I have such theories, and I feel like there are people out there who also have theories. You hear them? Mm-hmm. I hear theories. So, our engineer in the booth says she does not hear the theories. Okay.
I hear them, little voices talking in my head.
But I have so many theories about what that could possibly mean that I think we might want to just jump into predictions. If we could in a second.
Predictions.
Maybe.
If not, we'll just make the noise for it.
Okay, so we'll start our own predictions then. I think, there it is. There it is.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV prediction.
I was trying to find the little voices. I'm sorry.
I appreciate it. But because I think that's all we want to talk about now is all the predictions. So we're going to talk about them for like 30 minutes now.
Beautiful.
Okay. I believe that Bishop and Will, so Eric and Will, are in witness protection.
Whoa.
That's why they had to move a lot, apparently. And the witness protection was because he turned on the gang or something.
I mean, I really hope that is correct. And I do actually agree with you on him turning on the gang, and I feel like maybe they may be coming after him to some degree, and that's why he keeps having to move. But I actually didn't put together that they may be in the witness protection program.
And then his name isn't really Eric Bishop.
Stop. But I'm attached to Bishop.
I mean, we'll still call him that. It doesn't matter what his real name is.
Okay.
That's his name here.
Okay, great. Because I will only ever see him as that. But I agree with you. But there's a part of me that fears, though, that that is the reason that he's leaving, that it has to do with the gang and they keep moving around. I'm afraid, though, that he still may be involved with something or owe somebody money or, you know what I mean? Like, something along those lines.
That's why if he's in witness protection, it's that he, like, left them and turned them in or
whatever
something.
It is, though, it makes me panic because I love...
leave.
Yes, and I love him so much, and I don't want him to be running around with bad baggage. Like, he already has, the wife who passed away and everything, but that's bad baggage that'll bring, like, bad...
You look so heartbroken.
I'm really concerned about it, okay? I really don't want him to leave the show. He is stunning. Absolutely stunning.
Also, the chemistry between Bishop and Regina is beautiful.
Amazing.
Okay, just making sure we're all on the same page.
Yes.
It's not just because he's so good looking.
And I'm afraid it's going to be some crazy drama. And I feel like... I know Regina kind of has bounced around in some relationships and with jobs and all of that. But...
she deserves a break.
Yes. And all of the guys that I feel like she has dated, there has been, like, drama. Like, physical drama.
Yeah.
Life-threatening drama.
That's true. You're right. And I would like them to be, the Bemet. I would like them to be the long-term, the Ross and Rachel. I want it. I just think that that's going to be what it is, and then he's going to reveal it, and then they're going to be like, that's okay, I love you, blah, 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 you're safe, and whatever. I think he's staying. And I think they set us up for a nice drama.
Do you think that maybe if drama does go down with him, that's when John and Catherine will step in and help support him and get him like a lawyer or something and defend him, and then he'll stay and
then they'll all move into the guest house?
Oh my gosh, do it. Can you imagine that Thanksgiving gathering?
Okay, so
all of them
with Lucille
and Grandma.
The chat roll has an opinion.
We have some predictions. Also, there's a kind of like a petition kind of thing going on here of like they want you, Yael, and Hannah to be writers in the show. Every single one of them. Like, we want the writers to do a lot of things. I tweeted SAB, this is Sheila, to let Yael and Hannah write the show, waiting for a response, guys.
Oh my gosh.
You guys are so sweet.
I'm like Sheila.
Yesterday, I think it was YOLO is Life who was tweeting that because YOLO's Life, I believe, is on the East Coast, and had seen the episode, and as I was tweeting, and I was like, oh, watch, she's gay. And then it happened, and I was like, boom, right. And she's like, you're going to be right about the next thing, too. And then I was right again, and I was like, I got this.
I feel like Sheila needs to come on and have some coffee with us and talk to us about it.
Your favorite Boo69Bs says, I predict that Emmett will stay and he will get his together and get back together with Bay.
Obviously.
And of course, everybody in the chat roll this whole time has been saying, happy birthday, Hannah.
Yay!
And they really hope that you're having a really great birthday.
Thanks, guys. It really means a lot.
So sweet.
So cool.
Other predictions, and people have been tweeting at me that I was wrong. Tess has a daughter, right?
Yes.
I thought Tess had a daughter, and everybody's tweeting at me that Tess has a son.
Oh.
And I think Tess has a daughter, and I said last night, and I stand by it, that I believe she has a daughter, and I believe that Nacho Libre is the baby daddy.
Stop.
Boom.
That's huge.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Oh my gosh, I can get behind that. That's huge, though.
Yeah.
Probably a really cute baby, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Seriously, though, probably a really cute
pretty.
baby.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, but that's I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think that could so be the case. Mm-hmm. Oh, that would be a fun, dramatic little storyline. That'd be dramatic, but we'd see a lot more.
I think the reason it would be even more dramatic is because Nacho knows, and Tess is hanging out with Bay on the chain gang. Like, that would be such a great story.
Yeah.
I should write this show.
You should write this show. I'm so on board with that story. I mean, like, I probably would hate on it once it was actually happening. But I think that's so brilliant.
And people are going to be like, no, Tess has a son. I don't think that's correct.
I feel like I need to go back and watch that as well. Yeah. And maybe the same episode as the tattoos.
Homework to do.
But I can't remember. I think I just assumed, though, maybe it was a daughter.
Yeah,
I remember her.
May have assumed. I thought she gave it a name. But you know me, I don't pay attention to the kids.
Anybody? Name?
Yeah, challenge. Find the name of the baby, Tessa's baby.
You have 10 seconds.
Meanwhile, on the promo for next week, let's get to the predictions that aren't just out of our heads. Because we're just making stuff up at this point. Daphne goes on a first date, and it's possibly, I think that was Mingo.
Oh my gosh, it better be Mingo. It will be Mingo.
Calm down.
It'll be Mingo. I love him. I want him to be on the show really bad. He's already on the show, but like...
I'd like to see more of him. I don't mean on the show.
Oh! Yeah?
Yeah.
We're both on board for Mingo.
Yeah.
Yes!
Although Daphne doesn't deserve happiness right now. Right now she deserves to be punched in the face.
But how bad do you want Dingo? Like, I want to be able to say dingo all the time.
You can say dingo.
I know, but I can't. Dingo. I feel like I can't say it until it exists.
That's not true.
I can just hope for it.
But I'm shipping, what am I shipping? Yawn. I'm shipping Yawn.
Yawn?
Yael and John.
Oh. That's actually really funny.
Yeah.
Even though I feel like that's the opposite of what it would be.
That's true.
I'm just kidding.
It's that or gel. I like Yawn.
I like gel.
Shut up.
I'm going for gel.
No.
Okay. Anyways.
So she's going on her first date. Meanwhile, Bay is at home crying.
Why do they keep doing this?
Because you can't love Ross and Rachel unless Ross and Rachel break up a bunch.
I know, but we can at least still allow Bay to be happy for 2 seconds. And I mean, she is happy because that's the wonderful thing about Bay. Is when all the things are going bad, she is calm, cool, collected, happy, and still smart about everything.
I'm sorry, may I remind you of the heroin sandwich?
Stop. That was
heroin sandwich. And that was not her first stupid mistake. Does the chat roll have a name for Tessa's baby?
Sam.
I could have sworn I was sure that was short for Samantha.
That's like bi gender. It could go either way.
Yeah, that's what a lot of the chat roll was saying when people started telling them that, oh, it's Sam. They're like, it could be a boy or a girl. But,
yeah.
You know.
I'm going to go with it may have started out as a boy, but as soon as they decided to do this Nacho Libre thing and give him a daughter, they were like, great, Sam is now Samantha. That is what I believe, because I really want that to be it.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Man, I want to go back and watch that now. If she said a gender by any chance.
I also thought it was Sam, and I thought she may have said Sammy. And
Are you lying?
No.
I'm just kidding.
And I just assumed that it was a girl named Samantha for some reason. Because I was like, Sam's not her boy's name. Maybe it's because I know a few Sams. I don't know.
I do too, but they're both boys and girls.
Anyway, those are our crazy predictions.
Wait.
What else you got?
What were we just talking about before that? I feel like I had
Dingo.
something.
Dingo.
Oh,
Her
we were
first
talking
date.
about Bae and Daphne. That's what we were talking about. And we know I could go on about this forever because it drives me crazy.
Wait, I have a prediction that Vimla is going to be in the next episode.
Well, yes, I think she will be too. Because we got to bring Josh back on.
Yeah.
Who I've liked more and more every episode. I don't really know what's happening. I'm turning to the dark side, but he's been really great. And I like him.
I think that Nacho Libre has been the first character that we didn't like at first, and they didn't make it that we like them. Whereas, like, Tess, we didn't like at first, and now we're okay with her. And Josh, we didn't like at first, and now we're okay with him.
True statement. You know what's weird, though, is I actually didn't hate Nacho Libre when he was first on the show.
Nacho Libre, who threw the brick through
for
Candy.
whatever reason, maybe,
You're
they
a
got me at a
jerk.
point when I was feeling, like, rebellious, and they really tugged on some heartstrings right there.
No.
Anyways, moving on from Nacho Libre, what if it is Mingo that she goes out on a date with?
Yeah.
And then there are issues between, like, how will Josh and Mingo get along, since Josh is always going to have to be around Daphne to translate and help her with class. What if Josh and Mingo don't get along?
Yeah, but what does that affect her
And then
relationship?
Vimla and Daphne, like, that's like a mess right there.
What if Mingo is Vimla's ex?
Stop. Now we're getting crazy.
That would be amazing.
We're getting crazy now.
I like that. I like that too. See, we should. You guys should totally tell the writers we should write this show.
Our, like, storyboard room would be, like, absolutely insane. There'd be Post-it notes everywhere.
But also, like, lines that
Yep.
connect everything.
Everything.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much for bearing with us through this mess. We are a mess.
Yes.
Not unlike Grandma and Lucille.
Love them.
Love them too. Why don't you, birthday girl, tell them where they can tweet happy birthday to you.
You all can find me on Instagram and Twitter and tell me happy birthday at the Hotshot Dude. And somebody come up with a hashtag for Grandma and Lucille, because I want to know what that is.
Yeah, great one. I
Yeah.
also want to know that.
Yeah.
And you can find me online at yael.tv. That's YAEL.tv. Also, I'm on Facebook. Find me on Facebook, guys. Yael TV is on Facebook. And Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Google+, Pinterest, Polyvore, at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIEL. And we will see you next week for possibly the mid-season finale.
Don't say that.
We don't know, but we will see you next week here for Switch to Birth.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.